Brandon, Nick Mullens says he sees you learning how to be a professional in the NFL. What's one of the big things that you've taken away from your first half of the season?
Um, just understanding mostly how to take care of your body, and things that you have to do when we don't have scheduled things. Pretty much, even if we don't have time slotted for treatment and stuff like that, you still have to figure out times when to take care of those things. So just that's been the main thing.
Brandon, has there been something that's clicked for you over the last couple of weeks? Obviously, the production has gone up a bit, and Kyle Shanahan said he felt like the last few weeks in particular you've come on. What seems to be working that maybe wasn't earlier in the season?
I think just being where I'm supposed to be when the quarterback expects me to be there. Everybody has things that they want to do, but everything has to mesh up within the time of the play. So I just think when I'm lined up where I'm supposed to be in the right spots, I think it just plays out a lot better that way. And then just continue to get better and more comfortable with the game plan weekly and what we're trying to do and accomplish as an offense.
Hey, Brandon. Curious, did you watch the 49ers in the NFC Championship game last year? Where were you when you were watching the Packers get beat by them? And then the other aspect I wanted to ask you was just what's it like working with Nick Mullens, and what are you expecting to see from him?
Yeah, I've watched it. I've watched it a couple times now. I actually can't remember where I was at when I was watching it the first time, but I definitely watched that. Kyle showed it to us as a team, and just the way that we played and the energy that we played with. So it was definitely a fun game to watch. The TV version and the silent copy, a full game, a fun game to watch. And then as for Nick, it's been fun getting to know Nick. I got to know Nick a little bit more before I got out here, working with him and just talking to him, going over stuff on FaceTime before I got out here. So it's fun to work with Nick. He's always ready to help, and he's always prepared. So it's fun to work with Nick.
Brandon, I'm curious if you were contacted at all by the Packers leading up to the draft, and if you ever thought that you might be going there.
Yeah, I had a conversation with them a couple of times, and that was one of the spots that we thought could be a possibility before the draft. Yeah.
Brandon, Kyle mentioned that as you're growing more, he's able to put more on your plate. Have you felt that? What has that been like for you? Just kind of getting more, more work and different designs and things like that thrown at you here recently.
It's fun. It's fun. I love it. But with that, it's like you have it's just taking my opportunities have gone up. So it's just continue to try to maximize each and every one, which was my main goal at the beginning of the season, regardless of the amount of ops I get, just want to maximize each one. So as the weeks gone by, whether it's I get 20 or I get 10 or I get none or I get one, it's just if I get that one, I'm going to maximize them. If I get 10 or 20, trying to maximize those. So.
Kind of piggybacking on that, Brandon, without George Kittle being on the field and Debo being on the field, do you feel like it's more pressure on you, or do you just welcome the extra opportunities?
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously with those two guys being out, there's a void, obviously, that is going to be there. So whether that's, like I said, going to equal more opportunities or the same amount of opportunities or less opportunities, just maximizing the ones that I do get, and just focusing throughout the week of practice and be prepared for which way it goes.
You start off by talking about how you learned how you have to take care of your body and arrange training times. What is it like inside the 49ers training room, considering how many guys are injured? Is it a very crowded room? And what's the locker room vibe like? Since we're not in there, can you describe it for us, both of them?
I mean, the training room, I don't know. I not like doing that type of recovery, so I wouldn't be able to tell you that. But the way the locker room, the vibe in the locker room is still the same. We still have those guys that have gone down are still in the locker room, still leading from just a different role now, still talking to us, and other guys that who are now replacing those guys who are stepping up and being more vocal as well too. So there's still the same type of energy, the same vibe in the locker room. We still feel like we're capable of reaching the goals that we set out at the beginning of the year, and that's still the main plan. But it's just 1 week at a time. This week is Green Bay, so we're just trying to attack that and attack this week.
Two more guys.
Hey, Brandon. Nick mentioned you gained an appreciation for the NFL is different from college. You don't get to play, whatever, Northern Arizona or something some week. Was that immediate, like week one, like, okay, everyone's good? Or like, when did you kind of say, okay, even if this team is, 0-3, they can beat us?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely week one. Like where everybody's professionals in this league, everyone's the best of the best in this league. So you can never take anybody lightly. Every game, either team has a opportunity, a chance to win the game. So just throughout the week, you can't take anybody lightly. Just prepare as if like the bet you might be playing. No matter who you're playing, you just prepare for them to be the best team that you'll face all year for that week. So yeah.
Hey, Brandon, I was wondering, what have you added to your game as the season has gone along? There are a couple of routes against the Patriots where you're really using a rocker step to create separation. And aside from that, what do you think of Davante Adams, and what can you take from his game to add to yours?
I think the main thing with that is just having a plan. Wes talks about it all the time, getting to the line and having a plan. I think early on I was kind of caught up in what I might have on certain plays, and if I was running the right thing, that I didn't really get to see what the defense was doing or have a plan at the line of scrimmage. So I think as it slowed down, and I know for sure when I'm leaving the huddle what I have, I'm able to look at the defense, able to see the corner and have a plan of what I'm going to do at the line. And then, sorry, what was the second part of that question?
I was asking you about Davante Adams. Just what do you think about his game, and what can you add from him to your game?
Oh, yeah. So Devante Adams, he was when I was coming out of college, he was one of the main receivers that I watched all the games from last season and what he does and what he's able to do at the line of scrimmage and with his route running. And he was actually my pro comparison. So I love watching Davante Adams and what he can do and what he does and what he's continued to do this season. So I still watch what he does and just try to take some of the stuff out of his bag and put it in mine.